All right, Virgo, welcome in. Thanks for joining me today. This is your New Year's forecast. I'm going to take a look at each month of this year and we'll see what the energies are. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on here for Virgo for 2026. 2026, Virgo. All right, so for January, the Tree of Wishes is calling your name. An almost forgotten wish will now come true. Of all of the time that I've been using this deck, I don't think that card has come out. And for February, live playfully and with a light heart. March, awaken the magic of your creativity. April, enter the temple of your truth. May, the time is right. Okay, the time is right. May. June, feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. July, to conform is to die inside. August, follow your vision. September, flames of desire. October, a new strategy is required. November, the time of guilt and shame ends now. And December, release your inner rebel. All right, Virgo, let's see what's going on here for you. Take a look at January 1st, and we'll see what is showing up for the remainder of this month. The Tree of Wishes is calling your name. An almost forgotten wish will now come true. All right, so here we have the Knight of Swords, Magician, Three of Cups, Page of Cups, the High Priestess, Six of Swords. Okay, so it feels here like there's a new piece of information headed in your direction. It could be email, phone call, something along that line, okay? Something that you have been working on is finally bringing success. Okay, so you're hearing news of something that you've been working on is finally bringing success for you. The Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Six of Swords. There's, I want to say, a lot of emotion, a lot of wishing, a lot of daydreaming that you've been doing. There's this sense with the High Priestess energy that you've been using your intuition, this feeling of, I know this is going to come true for me. I know this is going to happen for me. And you're finally moving into a place where things are more calm, less chaotic than they had been. Okay. So the Tree of Wishes is calling your name. An almost forgotten wish is now coming true. Something that you have been working on and manifesting. I want to say that you're going to hear signs of success on that, and you're going to be in a much calmer place, okay? Compared to where you had been maybe the end of December or into the first part of January, okay? So, success headed your way. All right, let's take a look at February, and this is Live Playfully and with a Light Heart. Listen to the voice of your inner child. All right, Four of Wands, Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, the Sun, Three of Pentacles, and Death. So it feels here like something along your stability. You feel like things are just getting to be too much. Maybe you're just trying to hold things together and you just need the time to inner reflect. You need some time on your own, it looks like, just to kind of pull yourself together. I see here with the Sun, the Three of Pentacles, and the Death that you are putting away something that just isn't working for you. All right. Maybe you're learning to meditate. Maybe you're um, just putting away old thoughts and ideas that, you're maybe it's, what you value or what you used to value. You're realizing that, "Yeah, that's not important to me anymore. This is what I value." So there's something here that you are letting go of that just is not going to work with you in this time frame. With the sun, this feels like there's a lot of happiness, okay? There's a lot of clarity happening for you. Okay, so like I said, you're putting something away that just isn't working anymore. It's giving you more headache than more passion. Okay, so I want to say this Three of Pentacles is a support system. This could be family or friends, but I feel here like others have gone before. Others have done what you're going through right now, and I feel like there could be some sort of camaraderie between you and these other people. Um, it feels almost like a safety net. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at March. And this is awaken the magic of your creativity. Immerse yourself in the world of feelings. All right. Awaken the magic of your creativity. So here we have the Star, the Four of Swords, Ace of Wands, Seven of Swords, King of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. So it feels like you are definitely paying more attention to your feelings. Okay. Your emotions are looking to be healed. Okay. And to me, it feels here like you're finding new passion, new inspiration um, on ways to heal what was. Okay. So you're moving towards the future. I want to say healing, meditating, reading, something that you're doing. Okay. You're not treating yourself as you once had. There could be something, this King of Swords feels like it could be something legal. Um, some sort of papers or something. Showing here in March, and it feels like you're having a lot of anxiety around that. All right. Um, but it could just be because you've been dealing with a lot um, in the last little bit, like over the course of January, February, that this may seem bigger than it is. It may seem more dramatic than it is. I want to say that it's something within the legal, okay? Um, it's causing you some anxiety, but it's that you still need to um, work on healing something that you've already been going through. Okay. So you feel like maybe you've been cheated or lied to in some sense, but then this King of Swords comes in and this feels like something legal. Okay. I want to say that things are now complete, they're balanced out, and because your mind has been in such a place where it's been very chaotic, that that could be why that you're having a little bit more anxiety in March than earlier. But you're working at calming the mind, okay, for March. All right. So let's take a look at April. So here we have enter the temple of your truth. Enter the temple of your truth. All right, so here we have the Empress, the as above card, the Nine of Wands, Devil, Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Now you had the Nine of Swords in this position for March. Now you're having it for April as well. So enter the temple of your truth and learn to value it. Now, to me, this is really talking about learning about yourself. So again, um, you know, the idea of meditation or reading like self-help books or something along that line, I want to say is something that could be necessary at this point in time. It could also be getting in touch with your spirituality, whether that be through the universe, source, God, okay? All right, so enter the temple of your truth. You have the Empress here, the As Above card, which is a bonus card in this deck. And you also have the Nine of Wands. Now, what I'm seeing here is a time of abundance. This is gratitude. Okay, so this is a time to be grateful for what you have. You've been putting a lot of time and energy into something here. Um, you've been listening to your intuition, listening to that higher self. That Nine of Wands to me feels like something that you have put in a lot of time and energy on is now finally coming to an end. Okay. The Devil card here, something has been it's been beating you, like it's been coming at you continually. It's like a hamster on a wheel. It just keeps going around and around and around. Okay, so maybe some cycle, some thought process has really been um, wearing you down. I want to say that there is new inspiration happening here. It feels like new thoughts, new ideas, new inspiration, new ways of looking at things. Okay. Um, that I want to say is necessary for you at this time, because if you don't start um, changing your thought process, it really feels here like the anxiety is going to come back. Like there's something that just keeps picking at you all the time. Okay. And it's causing a lot of anxiety. So to relieve that, it's time to look at some form of new inspiration. Put your mind and your actions towards something else. Right? Okay, so that's May, or sorry, that's April. So let's take a look at May. The time is right. Seize the day and make progress on your soul path. All right, this card wants to come out. That is the Hermit. So again, that is the self. Okay, time is right. So you've got the Hermit, the Page of Swords, Star, Knight of Swords, Strength, and the Three of Wands. So this to me feels like you're turning over a new leaf, or turning the page on something that happened to you in the past. I want to say that you're opening up. You are healing. You're doing a lot of that inner reflection. You know, things are really working well for you. You're going to come out of this energy, okay? This energy that has been very upsetting for you. So definitely moving in a different direction here. I want to say that your attention, your focus, your strength, your determination is now on rebuilding. All right. So that Three of Wands to me feels like you are rebuilding yourself or rebuilding your life. So something within your life where it has been upsetting. I want to say that you are working at bringing that back up to where you need it to be. So you've been doing a lot of healing. You've got the Hermit and the Star card here. All right. So that looks really good to me. Okay. So the time is right to start building back up what you used to have. And this is in a positive way. Okay. You're not building up more of the negative. You're building up the positive because you're doing a lot of healing work within yourself. All right. So let's take a look at June. And this is Feel the Power of Your Blood and Your Ancestors. All right, one card jumping out, and that is the Two of Wands. So here you have the Two of Wands, the Hanged Man, the High Priestess, Hierophant, Three of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. So feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. So there's something here that you're trying to create. It's like you are just getting your thought process order, in order and getting your actions in order. I want to say that this has been quite a while that you've been waiting to finally get things in alignment. I want to say here with this High Priestess that there's something that you could be working on that you are keeping quiet. You're not telling anyone about at this point in time. To me, it feels like you are committing more energy to yourself. You are healing something that just wasn't working. This Three of Swords is like upset energy. So you're still healing something here. But with this Queen of Swords, it feels like this new strength. It feels like, you're vowing to yourself that you won't allow yourself to be, pulled down again or something along that line. Okay. So really committing to yourself that you are going to be there for you. Okay. That looks good. All right. So let's take a look at July. All right. So with July, this is to conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. So don't be someone that someone else wants you to be. Be the you that you are. Okay. All right. Let's see. So here we have the Sun, the Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Priestess, and the Universe. All right, so this to me feels like things are really moving in your favor. All right, you've got the Sun card, the best card of the tarot deck. The Chariot, this feels like some decision that you are going to make is going to bring more abundance to you. There's that Ace of Pentacles. Now, that could be money, it could be health. Um, it could be that you are finding more time to do the things that you want to do. All right. So it could be a number of different things. All right. So then here we have the Two of Cups, the Priestess, and the Universe. This to me feels like you are partnering up with someone here. It feels like there could be travel involved. I want to say that this is something that you've been wanting to do for a while, whether this is a trip or whether this is actually moving, perhaps because of that Ace of Pentacles. And like I said, that Ace of Pentacles is something new in your material world. It could have something to do with your health, your work, time, your home, your family. All right. So yeah, it feels like there's some sort of change happening here. It's like you're turning over a new leaf or moving into a different cycle. All right. So it feels like this second half of 2022, you're moving to a different cycle in this second half of the year here. Again, the Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, this actually could be physically moving residence. It could be travel. All right. But it has something to do with making the right choice for you at this point in time. And partnering up with someone else to help you accomplish that goal. All right. So let's take a look at August. This is for Virgo. August. Follow your vision. Never lose sight of what is really important. Follow your vision. All right. Ace of Cups, the Star, Temperance, Five of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Emperor. Follow your vision. So it feels here like there is some sort of healing that you're needing to look into, some sort of emotional matter that you need to look into. The winter time may have something to do with this as well. Okay, like February timeframe, end of January, into February, because the star does represent Aquarius. So it could be that time frame that this is also talking about, besides the August that we're speaking about here right now. Bringing in some sort of balance here between your emotions and your thought process. It just feels like you're pulling yourself together. Like I said, now this second half of 2026 is going to be a big change compared to the first 6 months of the year for you. I want to say that something has changed here within you with this Five of Swords and Eight of Cups. Something has changed within you and you're moving in a different direction. Again, um, July kind of hinted around possibly a move or some big change that you're looking into. And this feels like you're moving through with that, making some sort of choice here. And I feel like you are in a place that you feel very determined. Okay. You're coming out here as the emperor. And I feel like you have a very strong determination. Okay. But there's something here. It's not what you think. Something is not what you think. With follow your vision and the emperor. You may need to use, you may need to make more decisions, or you may need to be very, very careful of your actions for August. Okay. All right. So let's see here. We've got the Flames of Desire. That is for September. All right, September. So here we have the Knight of Swords, the Six of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So it feels to me like you're going to get news of something that you've been worrying about from the past. And just you need to stay confident, okay? Because I think once you break feeling or acting confident, that's when things are going to start crumbling. All right. So stay strong and stay confident. There is something here around money. This to me feels like there could be some sort of balance coming in here for you. This Queen of Swords. This almost feels like you making some sort of promise that you're not going to be in the position that you were in. I feel like you're definitely moving in a different direction than you had been in the first 6 months. But it's like you make this vow or this promise of I will never be in that position again. And it feels like there's some sort of help coming to you, um, possibly in the way of money. It could be a gift. It could be an act of kindness happening here. But there just seems to be a lot of action and a lot of thought happening here in September. Okay. So something that you hear could be spurring you to put some action into whatever's going on. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at October, November, and December. All right, so here we have a new strategy for October. Find the path to love and happiness. Okay, so here's the Ace of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Magician, Knight of Cups. A new strategy is required. Find the path to love and happiness. All right, so there is definitely a brand new beginning for you. You've got the Ace of Pentacles showing in October, and I think it was September, wasn't it, that you had that card as well? Different tarot deck, of course. We've got the Six of Swords showing here, so you're definitely moving in a different direction. You're trying to come to a place where things are more calm, less hectic. Stay true to yourself, stay very confident. Um, Pay attention to your needs at this point in time. Your thought process, it may try to disrupt what you're trying to do. Okay, so just be very careful of where your thoughts are going and bring them back to a place of groundedness. You're coming up here as the Magician, and this feels like you're trying to create something, okay? Um, could be creating a better health, um, better better family situation possibly, because it has to do with this Ace of Pentacles that I'm getting here. Um, maybe you're looking for more time to do new things. Maybe you're trying new things, trying new hobbies and such. But again, there's this feeling of starting something new in October. It's like turning over a new leaf here. The Knight of Cups. This could be talking about an emotional issue. This could be someone offering you kindness. This could be someone offering you a gift or to do something for you. Okay. But a new strategy is required. Find the path to love and happiness. Yeah, it really feels here like what you're creating is more love and more kindness and more happiness in your life. And like I said, just make sure that you're checking your thoughts, like where your thoughts are, um, because there's still like a hint of negativity in there. And to create what you want to create, the negativity has to be worked on. Okay. All right. So now let's take a look at November. And this is the time of guilt and shame ends now. Forgive yourself and begin to love yourself just as you are. All right, so here we have the Hermit, the Moon, the Page of Pentacles, the Fool, the World, which is the universe, and the Three of Pentacles. So it feels to me like a time of guilt and shame ends now. So something that you had done in your past that you're not really proud of is going to end. I want to say that you finally make your peace with that. You have forgiven yourself, you have asked for forgiveness, and I want to say that you've done that reflecting here, that Hermit card showing that energy. And now it feels like you're not walking in the dark anymore concerning something around guilt or shame. To me, it feels here like you are learning something new about yourself. You are moving forward. There's something very exciting that you are looking towards, and that's showing here to me with the Fool card, okay? You got the Universe card or the World card. This feels like a brand new cycle is ready to open up for you, okay? And this feels like there's more camaraderie, there's more friendship, there's more togetherness with other people, all right? And it feels to me like you're letting something negative go in your life. You're forgiving it and letting it go. It's not to say that you're forgetting it, but you're forgiving your actions or the actions of someone else, and you're able to release that now. Okay. And you're moving to a much better place. Um, and like I said here, with this Three of Pentacles, it feels like there could be some other people um, that you're connecting with that is bringing in more real friendship. All right. Okay, so that was November. Let's take a look at December. This is Release Your Inner Rebel. Release your inner rebel. All right, so here we have a Judgment, Queen of Wands, Four of Cups, Four of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Lover's card. Okay, release your inner rebel. This to me feels like there is a big change happening here for you. It's like a second chance at finding happiness. I want to say that where you may have been upset or depressed, things are definitely changing for you. There's more optimism coming, happiness. All right. Where you've been doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking about yourself. That is bringing in more positive aspects here as well, where you feel like you may have been fighting to be heard because you've been misunderstood. I want to say that you are going to be understood now. You are going to be heard. Okay. So that to me feels really nice. It could be people saw you as a one way um, before, but now they're seeing the real you. Okay. So, not afraid to show the real you. There may have been a lot of hurt and a lot of upset that you've been dealing with in the past. And I think now that you're finally allowing yourself to let that go. Like I said, it could be something around your health that is bringing you to this place of it's time to let that old negative energy go because it's just causing more sickness within you. All right. So I do see a lot of positivity happening here in December of 2026. Things are really moving in a positive direction for you in your feelings, in your health, in your family. There's more harmony. All right. Okay, Virgo. So I'll pull just a few cards here from another deck and we'll just get one last message here. All right, so there's the star. I think you've had that star 2 or 3 times here already. Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So this to me feels like you're learning something new, and that learning something new is about yourself. You're finally forgiving yourself for something that you've done in the past or allowed to happen in the past. And you're really reaching out now to a new beginning in your life. Okay, looking towards the positive and releasing all that negativity that's been holding you back and keeping you stuck. Like you've been feeling like you've been spinning your wheels, like you can't move. And it's because of the negative energy that you've been holding on to for whatever reason. But now you've released that because you have forgiven it. And now you're definitely moving to a much more frame of mind that is positive. All right. And positive way of living. All right, Virgo, so that is your New Year's forecast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to thank you all so much for being here. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel and help me grow this community. I'd love to have you here every time I have a video ready for posting. So make sure that you are subscribed and you'll get notification of that. So also don't forget to share the video with someone else and make sure that you're hitting that thumbs up. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.